On stage in a minute, we will have a stakeholder who has been a part of the transformation of Ukraine from the very day one. As I have told you several times, we met in 2023, at least physically, for the first time in Ukraine. And she has been a part of Fedorov's team. They knew each other also from before the ministry, of really transforming the whole society from a traditional Ukrainian society into a digital state. And it's not only on defense, it's also on defense. The ministry kind of was tasked to change the public services, making sure to modernize from approval processes and citizen services. And all of a sudden, a war broke out. An attack of Russia on Ukraine. And they had to transform the mission also into how can digital defend the country. So all of a sudden, tech skills became tactical defense skills. And even today, they hold stand due to that. I get goosebumps when I think about entering the office of Fedorov when he was in the digital ministry. And I met you and Michael. And, half of it was a fitness center. Half of it was a drone factory where you were playing around with the drones, looking at the screens, how they were operating. And the other one, all the pictures around was basically of Star Wars. Because when the missiles started hitting over Ukraine, there was an app on my phone said, "May the force be with you, seek shelter." And it was the voice of Darth Vader from Star Wars. And it gives you this calm feeling of something you know, and you know it's kind of serious. You need to go to the shelter to hopefully and ultimately save your life if it would fail. These kind of innovations was made overnight, basically overnight. These big ideas of creating, driver's license and services for the public turned into life-saving apps with voices of Star Wars, which is what I would say characterizes Ukraine. It's like every time it's really bad, there's always a smile. And I remember standing in Bucha and asking, how can you, I mean, it's less than a year since everything was destroyed. 700 people buried in a mass grave, down to children of 4-year-old. How can you, now we're walking the streets and it's like it didn't exist, and say, we will show you a few places where you can see the bullet holes in the walls. And I said, how can you do this? And they said, never let them destroy your mind. If you keep your mind strong and you keep pretending that you just move on from what happened, they cannot steal your strength. So with that, your strength is invaluable. You are an advisor to my other friend, Fedorov. And I wish you all luck in life, and I wish your nation may succeed in fighting back the borders where they belong. So with that, the digital skill that turned into a tactical skill, please welcome Valeria Jonen on stage.
Good afternoon, dear ladies and gentlemen. I think Cecilia told already everything what I wanted to tell about digital transformation, but I'll try to do my best. So today, Ukraine has been named European Digital Transformation Tiger. Today, Ukraine ranks 5th globally in terms of digital public services, according to e-Government Development Index by UN. For comparison, we were on 102nd place in 2018. So it's a pretty nice progress, 97 positions in just 6 years. Ukraine is also rising in other rankings as well, like, for example, Oxford Readiness AI Index, as well as Global Maturity Index by the World Bank. But it's very important to say that the Ministry of Digital Transformation was created in 2019 when President Zelensky won the election. He promised to build a state in a smartphone. And the Ministry of Digital Transformation was created. And the minister, who was also the deputy prime minister, was assigned. And we also have created a new position in the Ukrainian government, which is called CDTOs, Chief Digital Transformation Officers, who operate on the level of deputy ministers. So in every ministry in Ukraine, in every regional council, you would have a deputy minister who would be responsible only for digital transformation. And that's how we could really move fast with all of the digital transformation activities, with cyber, with AI. And so we have created a lot of digital reforms and digital products for these 6 years, but I believe one of the most efficient and one of the most famous ones is the creation of our Diia ecosystem. Diia ecosystem completely changes the way how government communicates with the citizens. Diia ecosystem has several projects, like, for example, Diia State Super App, State Portal of Public Services, Diia Education for reskilling and digital literacy, Diia Business to support small and medium enterprises, Diia Engine, a low-code platform to create state registries, which is open source and is used in different ministries. And, of course, it's the Diia City, which is a special economic regime for IT companies. And I would like to say that the cornerstone of the Diia ecosystem is a state super app Diia, which is used by almost 24 million users. And I would say that Ukraine is the first country in the world where digital passports are totally equivalent to paper or plastic ones. We have today more than 30 digital documents available in Diia app, more than 65 digital services in Diia app. But what is interesting is that when the invasion started in 2022, we had to shift our strategy. And we had to create a lot of new services which we had never thought about. First of all, when Russian missiles started to hit residential areas, people went to the shelters, and so they did not have any access to news. We embedded TV and radio into Diia app, and then a lot of people had to relocate from one region to another. We have created a special service which gave them an opportunity to receive a special status and then to receive financial assistance from the government. We have created such services as e-recovery, a possibility to receive compensation for destroyed or damaged property because of the Russian aggression, and many, many, many more services were created during the wartime, because even during the wartime, people still need to receive high-quality governmental services. Mriya, our next big step, which is already implemented in 2,000 schools in Ukraine, which is AI-based solution, which helps kids to receive personalized learning trajectory and also optimizes time for teachers as well. CDTO Campus, which is the great project where we prepare the next generation of digital leaders for public service. I like to say that it's like an MBA, but for future digital ministers. And so we put all of the Ukrainian experience, Estonian experience, and experience of other countries, and we teach the new generation of digital leaders. We are also very proud that there is the second in the world global government technology center opened in Kyiv by the World Economic Forum. And that's a great signal that Ukraine is doing something right in terms of GovTech and digital transformation. The next move for ourselves would be from digital state to agentic state. And everybody is talking about AI. We are not just talking, we are doing. We are actually launching our AI factory and national LLM really soon in the second quarter of this year. And we have already started to build a lot of products.
The world's first national AI assistant is here now in Ukraine. Skip the portal search, get it just one click. The AI analyzes your request and delivers a ready-to-use service or tells you exactly how to get it. 24/7 availability. Talks like a real person. Answers in seconds. One chat, 200+ services. Answers in seconds. It can help you start a business, get official documents, get married, renew your driver's license. All of this is in Diia. AI on the Diia portal. Just type, "Get my income certificate," and it's sent straight to your email and personal account. Diia AI, always here for you.
So what we see right now is that with AI, the architecture of digital state is changing, and the architecture of digital products should be changing, and it should be more and more accessible to citizens. And so we have already implemented Diia AI on the platform. We are about to implement it in the app. We have implemented several AI assistants on Diia business platform, which actually help young entrepreneurs to create personalized business plans, but also prepare the application for grants and many, many other things. But another thing which I want to talk to you, and very honestly, I want to tell you so many things, but I have 15 minutes for this keynote presentation. So I would like to tell you that, my main message, how many things can you do when you know what to do and when you have a desire to do. In 2022, when the invasion started, our minister quickly understood that we need technology to kick off the aggressor. And so what we started with the project which is called Army of Drones. We started to fundraise for drones. We fundraised 5,000 drones. It was not enough. So we turned to local producers. At that time, it was only 7 local producers of drones in Ukraine. And we understood that we have a lot of blockers in our legislation. So in the next few months, what our team did, we have made changes in more than 35 different acts and resolutions. We made the procedure for procurement easier. We made the procedure for exploitation easier. We have created separate zones for testing. We have created separate zones for drone pilots. We have increased the margin from 1% to 25% for producers. So basically, we opened the market of drones. And as a result of this opening market policy, today, Ukraine has more than 550 drone producers, from 7 to 550, just in 4 years. From 0 to more than 100 companies in 200 companies in EV, from 0 to more than 100 companies in UGV. And so this is the statistics, and this is what open market could really do. Another thing what we've done is we have created the defense tech cluster, which is called Brave One, and its role is crucial because the Brave One cluster unites the industry and startup with the government. So how it literally works. If there is a problem somewhere in the industry would come to Brave One, and Brave One would pass it to the government would find a way to solve this problem. And vice versa, if the government would see a new threat which is coming from the aggressor, we would turn to Brave One, we would give the priorities, and they would help us to set up the hackathon or to set up the necessary group who would help to solve this problem. But moreover, Brave One is also issuing grants which stimulates the development of the market. So we say that Brave One is like the biggest venture investor in Ukraine. But it is also very important to say that a part of the grants, there is a very concrete hackathons. It's not like you need to have 100 of them. No, you need to have very specified hackathons to a very concrete topic, and then it will work. Another very important lesson is actually to have testing grounds, polygons, to test new solutions. And in Ukraine, there are a lot of them. And if you are a startup, you can come and you can test your product like tomorrow. In Europe, there is not so many of those polygons, and you have to wait for a month for that. And I know that General Vettel is doing lots of things to make it happen. So thank you for that, and we hope everything will go as planned. And it is also important to say that the joint production with partners is very important, and changing the opinions, changing the expertise is helping to find the next war changer. We are not talking about the drones or some other solutions. We are in constant search of things which would completely change the game on the battlefield. And another thing is what we have done, we have created a separate combat unit, which is called Next. And this combat unit is testing the products not just on polygons, but on the battlefield. And there would be a short video about this. actually how the testing is working, and we have a separate flow, and we could test everything you have in Ukraine. So if there are defense tech companies or defense tech startups, please reach out to Brave One and let's test this together. The modern war is a technological war, and it has several domains. And I chosen a special domain, a C domain, to show you how important are faster innovation cycles. So let's look at C domain. The situation in 2024 was that Russians had complete domination in the sea. In 2023, Ukrainians invented naval drones who destroyed or damaged a huge part of Russian fleet. And you probably have seen some of those news in the media, like, for example, strike on the Crimean Bridge. But in 2024, Russians found a way of effective countermeasures against the naval drones using their light aviation. And so in 2025, we found a way and invented how to build an air defense on the naval drones. So now a naval drone could hit and damage or destroy a helicopter. And so if we would look at this, we would see that the innovation cycle here is 6 months. 6 months, not 2 years that you are waiting for grant application. Like 6 months. And for these 6 months, you have to understand the problem, you have to find a solution, you have to test it, you have to scale it, you have to implement it. If we would not have this innovation cycle, well, honestly, I don't know where we would be right now. And that's just one small example on one domain. If we would go to air domain, to land domain, to a cognitive track, I think it would be a lot of interesting things to you. And being absolutely out of time, I want to show you the last video, which is about very important project, which I think you all have to know about. It is called Army of Drones Bonus. So this project started when we wanted to motivate our units, drone units, and basically give them an opportunity to receive additional drones. So normally, units receiving the drones from the government, but there is a way to receive more drones if you are efficient. And so we have created a separate platform which gives an opportunity of gamified competition between the units. And later on, when we saw how it works, we understood that we could actually use this program to count the mathematics of war. And now, I will show you the video and make the last comment after it.
Winning the war is all about being creative and innovative. With limited resources in war, drones are game changers, destroying 90% of enemy target. Tanks, air defense, enemy's infantry, positions, warehouses. We asked ourselves, what more can we do for our military to ensure they are as effective as possible? The answer was the Army of Drones bonus. Briefly, destroy targets, earn points, receive drones. If you damage a tank, you have 20 points. But if you destroy it, 40 points. If you kill an enemy, you earn 12 points. A destroyed multiple rocket launcher costs up to 70 depending on shell caliber. So, how does it work? After destroying any enemy target, several proof videos must be uploaded to the special layer of the Delta Situational Awareness System. Then, the videos are verified. At the end of the month, units see their points summary and spend them in the marketplace. There is a wide range of choices with different virtual token values. For example, FPV starts at 3 points for 7-inch models, 5 for optic fiber drones, heavy bomber drones, 76 points. The logistics chain takes about a week from choosing drones online to delivering. What's cool is that the military's weapon choice is entirely up to it, with no state interference, while conventional supplies from the general staff continue. As of today, 95% of all drone teams participate in the Army of Drone bonus. The program's development, we introduced both general and target-specific rankings. For example, last month, one of the top drone teams, Birds of Madhyar, earned over 47,908 points. 47,908 points mean a hell of a lot of drones. Let's look at it. 2,000 FPVs for daytime operations. 1,000 fiber optic FPV drones. 200 heavy bomber drones, 40 ISR systems, 30 robots, 15 EW systems. The bonus program is constantly being upgraded, with its effectiveness proven to be immense. For example, we increased the points for killing enemy infantry from 4 to 6, and then to 12, which doubled personnel losses. This significant result proved our hypothesis that by increasing the number of points, we can strategically impact the destruction of certain targets. In addition, we added points for destroying targets with artillery systems, laying mines, destroying targets, using AI technologies, for reconnaissance, rewarding units for uploading enemy targets into the Delta system, for performing logistics missions with ground robotic systems. Starting in August 2025, units can exchange earned points not only for drones, but also for electronic warfare equipment and unmanned ground vehicles. Technologies can be ordered through Brave One Market by logging into the Delta system. Brave One Market is the Amazon for war, featuring a collection of defense innovations from Ukrainian manufacturers. Units select the technologies they need from a wide range of options to ensure effective operations. To sum up, the benefits of the Army of Drones program: boosting morale and spirit of competition for drone teams, sharing experience and best practices between units to enhance tactics, big data for analysis showing drones in demand, unit performance. The Army of Drones bonus isn't just a motivation system. It's a mechanism that changes the rules of war on the battlefield.
And so, today in the panel, we heard that, if we would meet next year in peace. And I was like, my first thought when I heard that was like, will not. And I think it's very important for everyone here to understand that, we have to be prepared. Ukraine is prepared, and we are learning all the time. And technological war is not just about drones, it's not just about radars, it has a lot of different layers. And the huge transformation is still going on in Ukraine. And I think if we all want to be prepared, the government, the businesses, startups, we have to move faster and we have to move together. And so I thank you very much for your support, for your attention, and we look forward to work with each one of you. And again, my sincere gratitude to Cecilia and Digital Europe team for organizing this possibility for us to talk and to have this dialogue. Thank you very much.